there, I'm Margie Remmers-Davis, founder and CEO of Acadian Accounting Education, and this is a clip from one of our free Class Friday sessions. Stick around to the end and I'll share with you how you can join us live, absolutely free, every week. Now let's jump in. We're going to be talking about not only how to add a customer, but we always, on these calls, guys, I know the bunch of you are new, so you don't know me yet, but I talk a lot. And we always go deep dive into like more than what's covered here on the exercise. So it's always a good idea for you guys to be here so that it's better to be with me walking through the exercise than to just do it on your own, because I'm going to point out stuff that you wouldn't otherwise know. All right. Plus, at the end, if you guys don't know, we always talk about marketing at the end. So stick around and because we're going to be talking about, once you've learned this, how can you then market yourself as an expert in this thing that we're talking about? Okay. All right, so here is our scenario for the day. Craig's Design and Landscaping is going to start offering annual system maintenance for customers with irrigation systems. He will be charging $500 for this service. This needs to be added to his list of services so that he can easily invoice his customers and see it appear in his accounting. Now, so we're going to start by going into the sample company. As I mentioned, we do almost all of our practicing in the sample company. For those of you who've been around the last couple of weeks, we were using an education version of QuickBooks Online so that we had access to the new interface. Today's lesson, we're going back to the sample company because it's not really different than in the new interface. It's basically the same. The only thing that's slightly different is how to get to it. I intended to have that up on this screen and I forgot. So if I remember, maybe I'll show you how to do it. Okay. All right. So to get to the sample company, if you are in your QBO account, you can click the gear icon and then go to sample company. This will log you out of your QBO account. Don't ever do this while you're taking the test because that will boot you out. But we have provided a little quick link to get you to the sample company quickly, and that is just acadian.com, AKADIAN/QBOA, which Joel has also put in the chat. Kristen is asking for the link to the exercise. Joel, if you could post that again in the chat, that would be great. Okay, so we're going to go into the sample company. We always have to hold our breath to make sure that it's working. Okay, all right, so we're in the sample company. Excellent. I don't need that. All right, so we're in the sample company. Now we're going to get started with the exercise. Now, every one of the Acadian exercises we use to create our exercises, we use a software called Scribe. And Scribe Scribe offers a Google Chrome extension. So the Google Chrome extension, if you're in Google Chrome and you see this little puzzle piece and you select Manage Extensions, then it will take you to this page right here. You would go to the Chrome Web Store, and then you can install this. This is the little icon. You can install this in your Google Chrome. And if you have that installed and you load one of our exercises, then when you hover over one of these white boxes, okay, notice this is a green box. I'm hovering over it, doesn't work. This is a reddish pink box. I hover over it, it doesn't work, okay? So when you hover over one of the white boxes and you have it installed, you'll see this little Star Trek badge. And when I click that, magic happens. And you can see the exercise and the sample company right next to each other. Now, in order for that magic to happen, you have to have already loaded the sample company like I did. But now we have the scribe open. Now, it will ask me if it'll say that this little guide me is on. What guide me means is that it shows me one step at a time, and I have to click next to go to the next step. I prefer not to have guide me on. I prefer if I turn it off, I'm just going to click that, and that way I can just scroll. And I don't want guide me. I will just say bad because I don't like guide me. Okay. So normally I just close it, but I decided today to give them some feedback why I hate it. Okay, so now we've got the exercise on our right, and we've got the sample company on our left. Okay, so let's get started. From the left navigation bar, we're gonna hover over sales, and then we're gonna click products and services. So in the new interface, it's the same. It's basically you go to sales and then you go to products and services. It's pretty much identical. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it too much. I'm going to close this. I'm going to use this to close that left thing to just give me more space here. And then in the new interface, this whole experience is the same. It's exactly the same. Okay, so let me just show you a couple of things on this, because if you're studying for the level 1 exam, one of the things that you have to know how to do is customize this screen. And there is a separate exercise. You can go to the 100 free exercises pages, and you can actually learn how to do that. But this is a very common thing that bookkeepers do, is when you go to the list of products and services that you change what you want on here. And a very common thing to want to change is the income and expense account. So if you click this is not in the exercise. I'm just going above and beyond here. You're going to click this little, most of the trainers call it the baby gear. So the baby gear, they call it the settings cog, the table. This is called a grid, so they call this the grid gear. Like, so it's different than this big grid, this big gear up here. This is the settings cog. This is the grid gear. Like, the names that they use for it, okay, change. But here you can see that if you want to display the income and expense account, you can do that. So I'm just going to click the income account, because that's what we're going to be talking about today, is the income account. And I can drag this to see how each of these products is feeding into a particular account. Okay, this is really important. Let me show you one quick thing. I'm just going to duplicate this tab, because I'm going to deviate from my exercise for just a minute. I already did with that, but I want to show you something. So I'm going to go create a new invoice. Okay. And we've got all this fun AI stuff. I'm going to close this. I'm going to manage to close that, all of the thing. Okay. And here I am on an invoice. Okay. If I am selling a product or service, I have to have something to sell. I have to tell it what it is I'm selling. That's what the products and services list is. Okay. So if I click here on product service, and I have this little drop down, okay, and this list pulls from my products and services list. That's the point of it. Okay. It pulls from this list. And every one of these products is connected to an income account. Okay, so that's what we're going to look at, and we're going to look at how it shows up on the profit and loss, or the income statement. Okay, that's going to be super important for us here in just a minute. Okay, All right, so let me go back to my exercise here where I was. Okay, so what we're going to do for this exercise is we're going to create a new service. Okay, so which is that $500. What is he doing? I forgot what he's doing. Oh, irrigation, right? Okay, so if I click new, so that's step 3. There are 4 different types of products and services that are available in QuickBooks Online. Not all of them are available in all subscription levels. Okay, so inventory is means that QuickBooks Online is going to track the amount of inventory, the number of items. So if you're selling t-shirts, it's going to track how many t-shirts you have at any given time, and it's going to track the value of those t-shirts. Okay, so if you bought those t-shirts, let's say you have 5 t-shirts in inventory and you bought them each for $10, then you have your value of inventory is $50. Okay, if you do not have, you have to have at least QBO Plus or QBO Advanced in order to have inventory. Okay, if you don't have it, it's not going to track the quantity and the value of any inventory that you may have. You might still have inventory, but QBO is not going to track it if you don't have that subscription level. Then you have non-inventory. Okay, so these are products, like physical things that you sell, and you could also buy them. So if you, let's say your business is you're selling decorated t-shirts, and first you have to buy the t-shirts to then decorate, right? And then you buy the decorating materials. You would keep track of that as a non-inventory product. If it doesn't matter to you how many you have at any given time, but you still want to track that you sold this thing or you bought this thing, then that you're going to use non-inventory. And then we have service, and service is actually doing something for somebody. Okay, so Craig's going to be irrigating people's lawns. Craig maybe mows lawns. You offer bookkeeping services. Okay, so those are things that you do for people. Okay, that's a service. And then you can have a bundle, which is multiple things at one time. Okay, so you can have, multiple services that people buy, and or combination of products and services or whatever. Okay, so for this exercise, we are selecting service. And then we have to fill out this form that has all of the information that we want to track about this. Okay, so we're going to complete, we're now on the numbers disappeared. Step 5, complete the product service form as follows. So, so we're going to put in the name is irrigation, the description. This is what shows up on your, remember I was showing you that invoice and it had the drop down list of the product and service, and then next to it, it had the description. So this is what will automatically populate in that description. But then of course you can always change it on the form, but this is what automatically pops up. Now there's other things that you could include here. You could include a picture of the thing. Why? I don't know where that shows up. Maybe you could get it to show up on an invoice. I don't know. Maybe it's just so you can quickly see it in your product and services list. I don't know. I've never played with it. If you have a SKU that's important to you, you could add that. Category is a whole nother discussion. It's a way to organize your products and services list. We're not going to cover that today. So then we just have the description, and you'll notice that there is this little checkbox that says, I sell this product and service to my customers. That's what's going to allow it to show up when I create that invoice, and it's in that product and service drop down. That's how I tell it there. I could also, there is also this, I purchased this product and service from a vendor. Only QuickBooks QBO Plus has the ability for one product or service to be both I sell it and I purchase it. If you don't have QBO Plus, If you have essentials or simple start, you have to have separate products and services. Okay, so this is called, so they call it a double something. I can't remember. Okay, all right. Let's see, what else does our exercise say? Notice that the sample company will automatically select services as the income account. This is the account from the chart of accounts that will track the money collected from the sales of this service. Okay, that's right here. We are actually, I'm going to talk about that in just a second because I forgot to put in the price rate, which is 500. Okay. So this is the price that will automatically populate. Remember, I showed you just now an invoice. If you select a thing, the description will automatically come across and the price will automatically come across. Now you can change the price when you send an invoice, but this is just the default. Okay, you could even leave this blank and have to fill it in every time on an invoice. Okay, these are just the default, like what comes across. Okay. All right, so let's talk about this income account. I really want to dive into this income account. This is really important for you to understand, okay? For those of you who are just studying for the level one, level one test, all you need to know is you just put uh, an income account in this field right here. But for those of you who want to really go deeper and really understand, if you're in fast track, for example, and you really want to be helpful to the business owner, that's what we do in fast track, guys. Is in fast track, it's not just designed to help you know how to click buttons and like do the thing, but we also teach you how to be useful to the business owner, how to be a valuable partner for the business owner. Because guess what? All of the just like clicking buttons, most of the categorization, even reconciling, which breaks my heart because that's my favorite thing to do, is all of that is going away. AI is going to take that away, okay? And you need to be prepared for that. But what will not take away is your ability to help the business owner understand their numbers. It will not take away your ability to know how you should set it up. The AI does not know. The AI is not smart enough to know the nuances. You, as the human, have to be the one that can guide the business owner into setting up the books correctly. Now, if every service that I sell is dumped into one income account that says services, how valuable is that to the business owner? Okay, not at all. Not at all, because it just shows one big lump sum of like, here's all the money we made on our services. Okay, you want to take a look. If you are a bookkeeper for a business, or even if it's a prospect, you want to understand their business. You want to understand what questions do they wish they knew the answer to. Okay, and one of the questions is going to be, what's my most profitable service? And you can't do that unless you have a more refined account system in your chart of accounts to be able to run reports. Okay. All right. So right now, this is going to be services. We're going to leave it there. That's what the exercise is. We're not going to be dealing with sales tax, okay, for this exercise. Let's see, what do we say? Oh, this exercise is a little bit different. Note that So in the exercise, Lindsay, would you have Crystal take a look at this? Because when the exercise was recorded, there was this little, can you see that? It's hard to see. This little AI button that's like trying to be smart. and it's trying to tell you what it should be. And so we're just clicking confirm, but at this time, that little question isn't coming up. All right. All right, just checking it. Okay. All right, so we're gonna hit save and close. We're just gonna leave it as services. All right, and that is, that's the exercise. So I'm gonna close this. And let's show what, if I sold this irrigation thing, actually, let me go ahead and do it. Okay, we're done with the exercise. We're now going, this is Margie diving deeper, okay? Margie diving deeper before we talk about marketing. And we have a drawing today. By the way, I forgot, we've got a drawing today. We've got birthday giveaway. So sit tight. Those of you who are new, super fun to hang out with us. Okay. So, Margie diving deeper is my favorite. Chris, you're so sweet. All right. So let's create an invoice for using this product that I just did. Okay. So we're going to create an invoice. We're going to say, I don't know, let's pick somebody. Let's pick somebody that I don't use very often. Ron Donahue, fruit and veggie. Doesn't matter who we pick. I should not spend so much time on that. Okay. So this Ron Donahue got some irrigation. So now that I have that in my products and services list, it shows up in the dropdown. And then look at the description here. Okay. And then this is the rate. So this is what came across. Okay. So I'm not going to worry about sales tax right now. Sales tax is kind of broken in the sales company anyway. So we're just not going to worry about it. Okay. All right. So notice this is what came automatically from the products and services. This is the rate that came. Okay. Let's make this a giant number. Let's say that it was 1,000 times, $500,000. Okay. I'm doing this just so that when I look at the report, it jumps out at me. Okay. All right. So I can save and send this. Obviously, I'm not going to do that in the sample company. Or I can just save and close. Okay. So I'm going to hit save and close. All right. Now, what report is going to show me that that sale? Oh, wait. Rashi, excellent. P&L. Yes, I said it earlier. Some of you know, and some of you, very good. P&L, 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 profit and loss. Awesome. Let's take a look at our profit and loss. Good job, guys. All right. So let's take a look at our profit and loss. I want to make sure it includes today, which it does. We've got the AI insights. Oh, they moved that. Used to be interfering with our thing, and now it's over to the right. So that's kind of good. Okay. So why is my services, I expected to see $500,000 in sales. Where did it go? I don't know. That's a genuine question. Why isn't there? Is that, this is including today? Boom, boom, boom. We are accrual method, so it should show up. What did I miss? You had to change all, I had to change all dates. Oh, I know why. Last updated 4 minutes ago. I have to refresh. I'll bet. There it is. Isn't that ridiculous? Why should I have to refresh? I just opened the report. I didn't refresh when I opened the report. That's crazy. All right. So good. There is my services. Okay. But is that super useful? Is that super useful to the business owner? I don't know what services. You can see that they started some, here's landscaping services, job materials. This is not set up correctly. In fact, yes, thank you, Chris. Yeah, this is not useful to the business owner. So, um, you could have services, a chart, have that, and then have sub accounts of the types of services. So, for example, here's pest control services. You could have irrigation services. You could have installation and maintenance and repair could be different types of services, right? So you would want to have that. This is not set up correctly. You don't, these are not services. This stuff that they're selling, job materials, that's not a service. How is that a service? Okay. Design, that's another thing. A service that he offers is design of things, right? Um, so this is an opportunity. I mentioned the cleanup course earlier. Like this is one of the things that we look at that once you have the foundation, you know from Fast Track what it's supposed to be and how to be helpful to the business owner. And then in cleanup, we'll teach you how to actually clean it up, how to actually price your service, how to price that cleanup, like how to find these kinds of mistakes and everything. But here is the important thing, two important things that I want you to take away from the lesson today, okay? Is number one, that products and services list. This is what you need to know, especially those of you who are brand new, that every product or service is connected to an income account that shows up on the profit and loss. And if you are going to be valuable to the business owner, then you need to make sure that you understand their business, that you understand and you can give recommendations of how to set things up so that it's obvious um, to them that they get their questions answered. This is a thing. I was on a call recently with a bunch of business owners, and some guy was giving a presentation about like some new like financial technology, and he said like how many, do you know, I can't remember what they were, like, do you know the answer to this question in your business? And do you know the answer to this question in your business? What if you want to apply for a loan? What if you want to get a new piece of equipment? Well, and the chat exploded with people saying, oh my gosh, I don't know anything. I don't know the answers. I don't know who to ask. I don't know who to turn to. You, the answer is you. You, the bookkeeper, need to know. All right, so the two things that I kind of mushed them. So let me clarify. One thing is that the product and service that is sold is connected to the income account on the profit and loss. Okay. If you're studying for level one, that's the piece that you need to know. Okay. Second thing is if you want to really be valuable to the business owner, like you learn in Fast Track, then you need to understand their business. You need to ask what questions do you wish you know the answer to so that you can set up their chart of accounts and their products and services so that it gives them those answers quickly and easily. Because guess what, guys? Businesses, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay. Okay. I want you to hear me. Hear me when I say businesses do not want a bookkeeper. They do not want financial clarity. They do not want clean books. Okay. What they want is the result that those things give them. Okay. So, what does having a really good bookkeeper, what does financial clarity, what does, what was the third thing I said? Clean books. What does that give them? It gives them, okay, peace of mind is what everyone says. That's like the everyone says peace of mind. It's not just about peace of mind. It's like, why is there peace of mind? It's because they know the answers. What they want is answers. What they want is direction. Okay. What they want is to understand why they don't have any money in the bank, even though it says that they made $1 million. Okay. That's what they want. Okay. Yes. Anna says, tools and info to help their business run better, and it gives them back time. Yes. And it's not just time. Time is huge. Time is huge. But it's not just time. It is like reassurance and the knowledge that somebody has their back. Because here's the thing about being a business owner is when you are a business owner, you have nobody to turn to. You're it. The buck stops with you. You are the one that's responsible for all of the decisions. You don't have anybody to talk to and guide you, and it is lonely. Be that person who can hold their hand and reassure them and help guide their decisions. That's how you become successful. This class comes from our free Facebook group, the QBO Gym Locker Room. Inside, you'll get access to a free QBO QuickStart course, over 100 hands-on exercises, weekly marketing tips, monthly drawings, and more. The link is below. Join us today. We'd love to see you there.